Chosen one. There comes a moment on every spiritual path where the universe stops testing your strength and begins rewarding your endurance. Money is not just paper, currency, or digital numbers. Money is energy. Money is movement. Money is frequency. And when your spirit begins to rise, when your inner world becomes aligned, money does not simply appear in your life. It begins to chase you. It starts finding its way into your hands, your ideas, your opportunities, and your divine assignments. This is not luck. This is not randomness. This is spiritual timing meeting personal transformation. You have spent years fighting battles others didn't see, healing wounds you never spoke about, and developing wisdom life forced you to earn. This energy shift is not accidental. When you elevate, you become magnetic. Your presence changes, your mindset sharpens, and your spirit begins to vibrate at a frequency that money is naturally drawn to. When the chosen rise, prosperity begins to recognize them. And if you are experiencing the signs in this message, understand this: you're no longer chasing money. Money is now looking for you. Sign 1. You've lost interest in chasing quick money. The earlier version of you was drawn to shortcuts, fast deals, and anything that promised quick cash, even if it wasn't aligned with your purpose. That old energy came from fear, survival mode, and a belief that you had to chase money before it left you behind. Now something in you has shifted, and this shift is not just psychological, it's spiritual. You've noticed that the things which used to tempt you no longer carry the same weight. Fast money doesn't excite you anymore because you've seen what it does. It burns out quickly, it drains your spirit, it destabilizes your peace, and it never lasts. But the new version of you has chosen a higher path, the path of building, not scrambling. You feel drawn to long-term stability, real value, and things that grow over time. That inner shift is the mark of a chosen one. When the chosen one stops chasing money, their energy becomes magnetic. You start attracting opportunities that are aligned with your calling because you are finally aligned with your true self. Desperation has left your spirit. Patience has replaced panic. Purpose has replaced pressure. You've moved from survival thinking to expansion thinking, and that shift alone signals to the universe that you are ready for the kind of abundance that doesn't collapse. This is the moment when alignment begins working in your favor. Suddenly the right people notice you, the right doors crack open, the right opportunities flow toward you, not because you chased them, but because you matured into the person capable of sustaining them. Money chases stability, clarity, and purpose. And chosen one, you are stepping into all three. This loss of interest in shortcuts is not a loss at all. It is the first sign that wealth is no longer running from you. It's running toward you. Sign 2. You feel calmer even when you have less. Chosen one. This is one of the most powerful signs of all. When you reach a point in your journey where peace replaces panic, even in seasons where logic says you should be stressed, that is not regular peace. That is supernatural stability. That is divine assurance. This calmness you feel is not because your situation is perfect. It is because your spirit already knows the breakthrough that your physical eyes have not yet seen. This is spiritual intelligence at its highest level. When most people would be worried about bills, deadlines, setbacks, or financial unpredictability, you've entered a state of inner balance that you can't fully explain. The weight that used to crush you no longer carries the same power. The fear that once kept you up at night now feels distant. You've outgrown the emotional chaos that financial lack once triggered. Why? Because your spirit has already received what your life is about to manifest. Peace always comes before a blessing. Calmness is the vibration of someone whose destiny is shifting. And when your vibration rises, abundance begins responding to you. Money follows peace because peace reflects faith, alignment, and an open path. Most people chase money from a place of fear, Fear of losing, fear of lacking, fear of failing. But you have stepped into a new frequency where your stability no longer depends on what you have. It depends on who you are becoming. The universe rewards this. Financial blessings begin to locate those who carry peace, because peace is proof that your soul trusts the process. It is the evidence that you have tapped into a deeper reality where scarcity no longer controls your emotions. You are not ignoring your situation, you are elevating beyond it. This unnatural calm is heaven whispering, "Hold on, abundance is on the way." Sign 3. People suddenly want to work with you. Before financial increase manifests, the universe sends people, not money. And chosen one, this is exactly what you've been noticing. Out of nowhere, individuals start reaching out, inviting you into conversations, seeking your wisdom, admiring your skills, or requesting collaborations. Even people who never noticed your value before begin recognizing your potential. They see something glowing in you, something strengthening in you, something activating in you, and they want to be part of it. This sudden attention is not random. Your spiritual frequency has risen, and people can sense it even if they can't explain it. Your energy has become magnetic. There is something about your presence that feels safe, inspiring, intelligent, or necessary. You may not have more money yet, but you have more value, more clarity, more creativity, and more purpose. And people recognize value long before money shows up. This increase in attention, support, or collaboration requests is the universe's way of preparing the environment for your financial elevation. Wealth rarely arrives in isolation. It arrives through connections, networks, partnerships, and relationships, quietly forming before the blessing manifests. The universe aligns you with people who will elevate you, empower you, or open doors you could not open alone. Pay attention to who is drawn to you in this season, as well as who is suddenly distancing. People who cannot go with you into your next level will naturally fall away, while those aligned with your future will feel pulled toward you. This shift in your social atmosphere is a sign of spiritual restructuring. Money is coming, yes, but first the universe is bringing the right people who will help you handle it, grow it, multiply it, or guide you into the spaces where it is waiting. When people start pursuing you, it means divine provision is close. Your value is increasing, your influence is expanding, and the universe is positioning you where abundance can finally reach you. Sign 4. You've started receiving unusual ideas or inspirations. Chosen one. Your wealth is written in the visions you're receiving. When money is on its way, you begin to experience divine downloads, ideas, strategies, creations, and insights you never used to think about. These thoughts feel too bold, too big, too advanced for the older version of you, and that's exactly why they're coming. They are not coming from who you were, they are coming from who you are becoming. The universe always reveals the next level to your spirit before revealing it to your physical reality. You may find yourself suddenly dreaming about new projects, feeling inspired to start something that once intimidated you, seeing opportunities in places others ignore, receiving bursts of creativity at unusual times. These are not random thoughts, these are spiritual invitations. Wealth does not come through guessing, it comes through guidance. And chosen one, the guidance you're receiving is a sign that financial doors are about to open. Your mind is expanding. Your capacity is stretching. Your imagination is awakening. You may even feel overwhelmed by the size of the visions you're seeing because they feel too big for your current resources. But that is the beauty of divine ideas. They arrive before the resources do. They prepare your mind for the level you're about to step into. This is the universe training you to think like the abundant version of yourself. Everything you're seeing, sensing, or imagining carries purpose. The thoughts that repeat are assignments. The ideas that energize you are divine signals. The visions that scare you are destiny calling you. Don't dismiss them. Don't shrink from them. These unusual inspirations are the blueprint of your upcoming breakthrough. When a chosen one is about to enter wealth, God increases their imagination first, because your mind must expand before your money does. And chosen one, your mind is expanding beautifully. Sign 5. Resistance and blockages are removing themselves. Chosen one. There comes a point in your spiritual journey where the universe stops allowing certain obstacles to stand in your way. Not because you suddenly became stronger, but because you have reached a level where delay no longer serves your destiny. This is the season where roadblocks begin dissolving almost mysteriously. Situations that once frustrated you, slowed you down, or kept you stuck suddenly lose their power. People who used to drain your energy drift out of your life. Environments that held you back start reshaping themselves or completely disappearing. Opportunities you spent years chasing begin approaching you without struggle. Things that used to require force now happen through flow. This is not coincidence. This is divine orchestration. When money is on its way to a chosen one, the universe goes before you and clears the path. Every delay that once stressed you becomes irrelevant. Every closed door that once discouraged you becomes unnecessary. Every person who resisted your progress is removed, repositioned, or exposed. Suddenly you realize that you're no longer fighting the same battles that drained you in the past. You've elevated beyond them. The spiritual resistance that once kept you in cycles is breaking. Old patterns are collapsing. Old limitations are losing their grip. Doors that were locked for years begin opening with no effort. Relationships that were once confusing become clear. Plans that didn't work before suddenly start gaining momentum. Why? Because wealth moves quickly, and the universe cannot let anything obstruct it when your season arrives. This is the divine clearing phase, when your path is being cleaned, swept, and prepared for what's coming. You may not see the money yet, but you can feel the resistance shifting. You can sense the old blockages dissolving. You may not fully understand it, but everything is aligning in your favor. Nothing and no one can stand in the way of a chosen one when wealth is ready to manifest. When the path starts opening on its own, that is heaven's way of saying, get ready. Abundance is about to catch up to you. Sign 6. You are being pushed to upgrade your mindset. Before money ever reaches your hands, it must reach your mind. And chosen one, this inner transformation you've been experiencing is not accidental. It is preparation. You've noticed yourself becoming more curious about finances, personal development, discipline, investments, entrepreneurship, or creative expansion. Something inside you has awakened. You no longer tolerate low-level thinking, small visions, or conversations that keep your spirit stagnant. You're becoming allergic to excuses, procrastination, and lack mentality. You catch yourself thinking bigger, dreaming deeper, and planning more intentionally. This inner shift is not random. It is the spiritual rewiring necessary for the abundance that's heading your way. Money cannot stay with a mindset controlled by fear, scarcity, or emotional impulsiveness. Wealth responds to clarity, wisdom, discipline, and stability. And that is exactly what the universe is building in you right now. You may even feel uncomfortable because your old self is being replaced by a stronger, wiser, more structured version of you. Your habits are changing, your standards are rising, your awareness is expanding. You're being drawn to information, people, and environments that elevate your thinking. You're being pushed to declutter your mind from beliefs that once kept you small. You're beginning to understand money from an energy perspective, not just a physical one. This mental awakening is the proof that financial elevation is near. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you're aligning with abundance. Every time you choose purpose over pleasure, You're unlocking new levels. Every time you choose wisdom over impulse, you're stepping into your wealthy identity. This is why the universe is pressing you to learn, grow, adjust, and evolve. It's because money is preparing to enter your life, and it needs a stable mind to hold it. Chosen one, your mental frequency is rising and your mindset is being upgraded. This is the divine preparation stage, and it only happens when abundance is close. Sign 7. You start notice patterns, numbers, and divine timing. Chosen one, you've been seeing repeating numbers, synchronicities, and divine confirmations, and none of it is random. When abundance is approaching, the universe begins communicating with you in ways that bypass logic and speak directly to your spirit. You might see 111 when you're thinking about starting something new. You may see 222 when you're making decisions. You may notice 444 when you're questioning your path. You may see 777 at moments where you're contemplating your future. These numbers appear with perfect timing, not because they're coincidences, but because they're messages. Synchronicities increase when your vibration rises. You start meeting the right people at the right time. You overhear conversations that directly answer your private questions. You receive advice exactly when you need it. You feel intuitively guided towards certain opportunities and away from certain distractions. You may run into people who introduce you to new ideas, new paths, or new ways of thinking. Everything begins aligning with precision. This is the universe telling you, stay aligned, your breakthrough is near. These signs are spiritual indicators that your internal and external worlds are syncing into harmony. When money begins chasing a chosen one, their intuition heightens, their awareness sharpens, their dreams become more symbolic, their sense of timing becomes more accurate. You begin moving with the flow of life rather than fighting it. You no longer feel lost. You feel guided. It almost feels like invisible forces are arranging things behind the scenes. And that's exactly what's happening. The spiritual world always shows signs before the physical world shows results. So when synchronicities increase, it means abundance is close. These numbers, patterns, and divine timings are road signs pointing toward your next level. They are reminders that you are not alone, not forgotten, not stuck. You are in alignment, and alignment is the frequency that attracts wealth effortlessly. Sign 8. You feel disconnected from old financial fears. There was a time when financial pressure used to terrify you. Bills stressed you. Debts drained you. Unexpected expenses had the power to destabilize your entire emotional world. But now something has changed deeply within you. The situations that once caused panic barely move you anymore. You no longer spiral into anxiety when money feels tight. You no longer lose sleep over temporary instability. You have evolved past the emotional reactions that used to control your life. That shift is not normal. It is spiritual. Chosen one. When money begins chasing you, the fear of lack leaves your system. Something clicks inside you. You begin to realize that the universe has always provided for you, even when you didn't understand how. You recognize that survival was never the full story of your life. You begin trusting the flow of abundance. And this trust removes fear. Fear and wealth cannot coexist in the same spirit. When the fear leaves, the blessing arrives. This new calmness does not mean you don't care. It means you're no longer trapped in emotional bondage. You've detached from the mindset of lack. You've released the belief that money is scarce. You now understand that money flows where there is faith, discipline, peace, and clarity. Because you are becoming these things, your spirit is preparing to receive what once intimidated you. You feel more grounded now. You feel more centered. You feel more confident, even before the evidence shows up. That is divine alignment. When your inner world becomes stable, your outer world begins to reflect that stability. Wealth flows to those who are emotionally mature enough to handle it. And chosen one, your emotional frequency is signaling that you are ready. Old fears are dissolving because new abundance is approaching. This peace is not ignorance, it's prophecy. Sign 9. You can sense your season shifting. You can't explain it with words, but you can feel it in your spirit. Something is shifting. Something is building. Something is aligning beneath the surface of your life. This inner feeling is not imagination, it is revelation. Chosen ones always sense the next season before it arrives. Your intuition becomes louder. Your energy becomes lighter. Your dreams become clearer. Your spirit becomes more expectant. There is a quiet knowing rising within you that says something big is coming. You may feel more inspired than usual, more focused than before, more hopeful than you've been in a long time. Even if nothing has changed physically, everything is changing spiritually. You may find yourself waking up with more clarity, thinking with more purpose, feeling connected to your path, sensing movement in the unseen. Your inner world is shifting first because your outer world is about to follow. Money doesn't chase confusion, it chases clarity. And chosen one, your clarity is increasing every day. You might feel a strange detachment from things that once mattered, not because you're losing interest in life, but because you're aligning with a higher version of yourself. You may feel motivated to prepare, to organize, to plan, or to position yourself, even before you know why. That is divine timing working inside of you. Your spirit knows what your mind has not fully understood yet. This inner shift is a precursor to a major financial breakthrough. Whenever the universe is preparing a chosen one for elevation, their inner atmosphere begins transforming first. You feel lighter, more awakened, more intuitive, more aligned. You sense that the old chapter is closing and a new one is opening. You may not see the blessing yet, but you can feel the vibration of it approaching. That internal confirmation is heaven whispering, "This is your season. Stand ready. Abundance is coming toward you now." Chosen one, if you felt these signs deeply in your spirit, understand this. You are entering a season where money, opportunities, resources, and divine connections will begin chasing you. Not because of luck, but because of alignment, because of growth, because of the spiritual work you have quietly done. This is the Zillion Mind Channel. If this message reached you at the exact moment you needed it, I want you to do two things. Subscribe to the channel and type 1111 in the comment section to receive divine blessings and confirmation that your season of abundance has officially begun. Thank you for watching.